Hello, my name is Lilian Silva. I'm the Forage specialist at Clemson University, and today I'll be talking about Baleage. So let's get started. So a good reflection point to get started off is really to think about why should I think about using conserved feed, or even why should I consider doing my own conserved forages and supplement in my farm. So some of the reasons might really be related to environmental issues that we cannot predict, like flooding or waterlogging on some portions of the field and really compromising the production and also the longevity of those portions of the field. But then we also have seasonality, which is just common to happen and really uh, reflects the type of environment that we have, and just we generally use more perennial forage grasses throughout our region, our state, and those eventually go dormant on fall and winter periods. So we need to make sure that we're going to have some additional um, feeds during that time. And even later on, some people do use some cool season forages, for example, as Baleage, and I'll be talking about in a minute. But then we do need to be thinking about ways to have additional feed for animals through times that we might run into periods that they are not able to be grazing, or we do not have something for them to be grazing outside. So just let's get started. So most of you may be familiar with hay. Hay, we usually want to see that the material after we harvest, we want to see that material to dry down to less than 15% of moisture. It's commonly done with Bahia grass, Bermuda grass, alfalfa, very other forages as well. There's several of them. Generally, and this is something that I really wanted to emphasize, generally, we would refer to hay as low to mid quality, but just because we will have a large variation of quality throughout the cuts, or even the conditions that you're going to have on one cut on a specific time of the year. Sometimes that material will be rained on. So those type of things will really have an impact on the quality that we're going to be able to maintain on that material, because once you harvest that material, you need to be on top of the management that you're going to be doing, just to be able to maintain the quality that that material had at that time. Then when we're talking about baleage, we're actually talking about material that's going to be around 40 to 6% moisture. So it's way more moisture than hay. And it's commonly done with some cool season species, and also some people do use some warm season grasses. It's a little more challenging, but we can also have some mixtures which can be beneficial and work well for a balance of the forages we're going to have on that material. And it does need to be harvested on the um, proper stage, just to be sure that you're going to have a high quality material to be conserved. So here is just a brief overview of some species of cool season annuals, summer annuals, and also perennials. So you can take a look here and see which ones are listed. But then something that's really important to know is when is going to be the proper targeted harvest maturity that we need to be looking at, because this is going to be impacting the quality of that material once after you cut it, it's not really going to improve the quality. It's just going to maintain the quality if done, if the process is done correctly. That forage will just keep maintaining the quality that it already had. So then we do need to make sure that we're going to have the proper moisture level before we bale that material, and that's gonna be the that's gonna depend, that will depend on the forage species, uh, also the field and the weather conditions on that specific time. Just because sometimes the forage will take a longer window to dry out. So you want to be on that 40 to 6% moisture, but sometimes of the year, after you cut it, it will take a little longer for the forage to get to that range, and as opposed to other times of the year, that's just gonna get there easily. You can rely on some sensors, moisture sensors. You can do a microwave test. Either way that you choose to be relying on, you need to make sure that you're going to get that forage to the point that we just mentioned, on that range between 40 and 60% moisture, just because that's the best recommended range for best conditions for fermentation. Then once you baled properly and stored that material, it's important to let the forage sit and ferment for the recommended period of time for that forage that you're using. And once you do that, then I would recommend you to do a forage analysis before you start feeding your animals, just to make sure that you understand what is the quality that you're having there, and you are going to be able to balance out with the minerals, with the supplements that the animal needs to supply to meet the nutrient requirements for those animal categories that you have in your herd. And once you open the bales, it really should not have excessive mold or have a smell that resembles something that it's rotten. And then you need to make sure when you're feeding, you are providing the material on a dry matter basis, just because it's going to be a high moisture material, and that needs to be considered when you're calculating how much the animal should be eating. This is what I had for today. I appreciate you watching this video. If you have any questions, please reach out to your extension agent, and also feel free to contact me. Thanks so much for watching this video today, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you.